Welcome to this week's lesson on Folding 101. Here we have the MBO folder. It was made in Germany. Best part of this machine is that it was made in Germany, so of course when you come to the manual it's all in German. What I'm doing here is setting my stock. My stock currently is 11 by 17. That's in this folder. I'm going to do a two-phase fold. So that's a single fold and then a right hand single fold. So it will actually be called the book fold when it's finished. And that's what we use it for. So what you do is you take your 11/17 split in half, which is 5 1/2. So I've set my measurement to 5 1/2. Bring my stock clear over to the right hand side so that it's flush at a 90. And then bring the second bar over. As a cheat, if we're having a problem with pickup, we add an elastic to the wheel. This is the suction wheel. It's what controls the pickup of the stock. You only want one piece of stock to pick up at a time because you don't want to run doubles through the machine. This is what controls the single pickup. You adjust the caliber based on the thickness of stock that you've put in. We're folding 60-pound stock today, so I have put a piece of 60-pound. So it's telling, this mechanism is controlling this wheel based on a thickness. The wheel will read that it is thicker than the normal 60-pound stock, and it will stop the machine, signifying that I have a double in my system. This is the bed that the stock travels along, and these wheels are what drive it. There's also a belt underneath, which you won't be able to see run. It's protected in the casing. The stock also drives along the belt. So it's the friction of the belt and these rollers that pull the stock through to your gate, which is held together with wires. Very high tech here. Our eye system, it's a double system. Eye number 2 don't read the numbers because they're actually backwards on this machine, but eye number 2 will tell eye number 1 that it's time to turn the suction wheel on. When that happens, it picks up a piece of stock. Eye number 2 then tells number 2 to shut off until it doesn't see stock again. So once eye number 1 sees stock, it shuts your suction off. So that's how your suctions. With the tinsel, I use it as an anti-static. It will actually remove the static out of the stock as it's traveling along the bed. You don't want static in your stock because you get doubles. You have problems in the rollers. The stock will actually start to bind up. So that's my Christmas stock. So then what happens is I have preset my calibers so that my rollers know that I'm going to fold 60-pound stock. You do this for every job. I've set my counter. I want to have my machine stop every 50 so that I can give the customer their job in bundles of 50. This will keep count of the actual number of stock going through. If you watch this, this tells you how many you're feeding through. This is the delivery tray. It's belt driven. Again, very simple principle of wheel to belt. It will deliver the stock to the tray where I can package it in the bundles. On this side of the machine, because I'm away from my control panel, I have a secondary control panel that I can shut the machine off if I see a jam happening. I can delay if I want to adjust anything. I can delay the stock pickup. Once I've done that, I can turn the machine back on as opposed to having to go back to the main panel. So I hope you'll join us next week when we talk a little about Rossback 101. This is a book stitching machine and trimmer.